I've got some brand new Star Trek fan fiction. Please subscribe below. Give me a thumbs up. I hope to get 250 subscribers off this video. Thank you. Captain's Log 2020. The Enterprise was under attack by a Klingon battlecruiser when Spock was impaled by shards of shattered bulkhead in a torpedo detonation on D-deck on his way to the bridge. Spock lay dying on the ground until he was transported to sickbay, accompanied by Captain Kirk, who was administering open-heart massage. "What in the blazes is going on?" Dr. McCoy yelled as Spock was transferred to an exam table. "He needs to be in surgery immediately." "I'm doing the best I can," Kirk snapped, his hand and wrist exhausted from 10 minutes of manipulating Spock's heart so he wouldn't die. "We don't have time to get him to surgery. Do something now." McCoy could see that much of Spock's lower half was gone and that Kirk was doing his best to keep his blood pumping through his body. "Give me a cut-down tray and a surgery set," McCoy yelled, "and 3 scrub nurses. Stat!" Spock lied unconscious with his eyes closed, draining green blood onto the floor, uncontrolled. Kirk changed hands and continued to squeeze Spock's heart, feeling the organ losing pressure with each beat. "I need pickups and suction the blood. I can't see what I'm doing," McCoy yelled. A nurse handed McCoy a set of pickups, while another tried to suction the blood so McCoy could see. "What can I do to help?" Kirk asked frantically. "Keep doing what you're doing. I'll try to figure this out," McCoy replied. He seemed confused and didn't know where to start. "These Vulcans are so screwed up. I can't tell what's going on here." "Is there someone else that can help?" Nurse Chapel asked. "You can ask," McCoy replied. "Maybe one of the other doctors knows Vulcan physiology better than I do." Nurse Chapel left the room and searched for another doctor to take over. "I'm losing him, Jim," McCoy said nervously. "He needs blood, and lots of it, and I don't have much Vulcan blood in my stores." "Nurse, look up Spock's blood type and get as much down here as you can." Kirk spoke up. "Spock is half human. I'll donate anything I'm able." "I don't think it works that way, Jim. I don't think his Vulcan half can take full human blood. It has to be a hybrid of Vulcan and human." "Are you sure?" "Right now, I'm willing to try anything," McCoy said. "I have plenty of human blood in storage. And if I can't find Spock's exact match, I will try human O positive." "Doctor," a nurse called out, "we don't have a match for Spock's blood." 6 weeks later, Dr. McCoy sat on the stand at his malpractice trial with Spock strapped into a containment unit, feeding him oxygen and circulating his blood. The defense attorney stood before McCoy with a pad of paper in his hand, scratching something with a pen. "Dr. McCoy," the prosecuting attorney said, "is it true you are trained as a physician to work with Vulcan physiology?" "I have had some training, but I am not an expert," McCoy replied. "I am not certified as a Vulcan surgeon, if that's what you mean." "Then why did you call for a surgery set?" the attorney asked. "Was it your intention to perform surgery on Commander Spock?" "It was my intention to save his life," McCoy barked back. "I was going to stabilize him until I could get the help I needed." "Did you manage to stabilize him as you intended?" "No," McCoy replied. "And what happened?" "Spock died on the table." "Died?" the prosecuting attorney asked. "Clinically, he had no vital signs," McCoy replied. "Then what did you do?" the attorney asked. "I gave him 10 cc's of adrenaline and hoped for the best." "The best? What happened then?" McCoy looked to the floor and avoided eye contact with the attorney. "Nothing. I gave him my best shot." "Isn't it true that adrenaline has the opposite effect on Vulcans?" the attorney asked. "Yes, that is true, but I didn't know that then." "Adrenaline is what you use for humans if their heart stops. Is that correct?" "Yes, but I was out of options," McCoy barked back. "Then what did you do?" the attorney asked. "I called his time of death and gave up. He bled out on the table." "But isn't Mr. Spock here in the courtroom now?" the attorney asked. Obviously, McCoy replied, pissed. Why isn't Spock dead? The attorney asked. Another doctor, who was familiar with Vulcan physiology, came in and took over. And because of your gross negligence, Spock suffered irreversible harm and now lives in a medical containment unit that he will have to rely on for the rest of his life, the attorney said. I object, the defending attorney yelled from his table. Negligence has not been proven here, let alone gross negligence. Sustained, the judge said. Change your question or ask another. Yes, Your Honor, the prosecuting attorney replied. That is the end of my three pages. If you like that one, I will write more and make it longer. Follow, and go to my playlist, my podcast, and you can see 40 more of these. So, thanks for being here, and enjoy.